I was trying to set it up to where I could go live later because I wanted to make sure that I knew the rest of the article that I didn't get to finish listening to. And now I'm live. Oh, might as well turn the car off now. So, hey guys, how's everybody doing today? It's time for lunch. What time is it? It's time for lunch. Oh God. I really wanted to talk about Ghost Adventures because that was one of the things that I wanted to check out. Can you guys hear me okay? Push my thumbs up if you can, please. If you can. Um, hey everybody. I didn't give notice because I was trying to set my live stream up and I was trying to set it up to be at 12:45 and you guys can hear me great. My I don't know what I did. Honestly, I don't know what I did. It just hit like go live now. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was going to go get a sandwich and I can't afford a DoorDash every single day. And I don't want to drive and talk. So, yeah, we'll have to figure it out because my thing just said, you're going live now, bitch. Anyways, so Ghost Adventures. Basically, that was the highlight of me going to Vegas one day because I don't gamble. I don't like 115 degrees during the day and during the night. And I don't really like the desert. So, the only reason I wanted to one day go to Las Vegas, because that's where Turtle Gang lives, was to see the Zach Bagans. I think his last name said Bagans. He's the guy that is the host of the show Ghost Adventures, and he is the one that has like the famous Dybbuk box, which is said to be like this box that haunts everybody, and it's so bad it makes you literally sick. Um, but I wanted to go to his museum. So I used to love Ghost Adventures too, and yeah, Soul Reaper, you are so clueless. I'm at work at lunch, and my child is at school. You moron. I love trolls that think they know what they're talking about. And I love it. I love this so much. Um and I'm such a nobody, but yet you're here telling me that I'm a nobody. I love it. Yay! Good job. You've done your great deed for the day. I love trolls. Um, so anyways, Ghost Adventures. I used to love Ghost Adventures, and then I started really seeing how fake it was. And some of the stuff that I found out in their museum, there's a museum in Vegas. Like I said, Zach Bagans, he's the one that owns the establishment. And so like they do certain things. It's said that if the um frequency, like with the electricity, if it's off, that's why you have the EMF readers. They detect electromagnetic frequency. And so if that is off, you're more likely to have experiences, but it's based on the fact that the electromagnetic field is off. So I don't necessarily believe that it has something to do with ghosts. But basically, um they mess that up. They mess with it before you come in. And so you have to sign like a waiver and you have to promise that you're not going to sue. You have to say, if you pass out, that you're not going to die. Stuff like that. So I didn't even bring my makeup that I wanted to bring out here. I needed to fix my face a little bit, but whatever. Might be fake, but Zach Bagans is hot. Eh, he seems a little bit too high maintenance. I'm not really into high maintenance men. So yeah. Plus, I like blue eyes for some reason, and I had no idea. But every single guy that I've ever dated has had blue eyes. It's weird as shit. I didn't even know. It's like I had this weird, like, I only pick men with blue eyes thing. Huh. Imagine that. Hey, TWY. Good to see you guys. Hey, Sage. Um, I was having fun with Soul Reaper. I shouldn't have timed him out. Maybe we could have had a little chat. It would have been fun. But yeah. Bye, Soul Reaper. You stalker. You're obsessed with me, I know, but not everybody can be that cool. I'm sorry. Hey, Peace, Love, and Melinda. So anyways, I really wanted to discuss because so the reason I was talking about the Ghost Adventures, there's a couple of characters. One of them being Aaron, I think Goodwin. Is that his name? Goodrich? Good something. Aaron Good something. And Aaron hates doing certain things on Ghost Adventures, and I feel like Zach is like one of those bosses that's like, hey, I know you hate going here, but I'm gonna make you go there every time. Goodwin. Thank you, Allie. And so it's like he always complains about it, and then he has all of these like overreactive type of responses to any time that he's sent somewhere. So he's just like, oh, oh god, like he has this like really dramatic side effects and side responses. I think that's why he's good for the show, because it makes good video. But what Zach Bagans reminds me of is like a Keemstar. Who's been watching lolcow shows? I have been. It's brilliant. I'm not gonna knock the hustle. Keemstar used to run Drama Alert, which I think he still does. It's still his. But for those of you guys that have made your rounds into different communities on YouTube, you're gonna know. But basically, Drama Alert is where it started. Keemstar, I think, had like a gaming channel that was his. That was Keemstar just by itself, and then he also had lolcow, which is basically the definition of a lolcow is somebody that has had their own YouTube channel, but they could never get successful at it. They have like a decent number. Like my number is like a decent number, but I'm not rising. So like what the definition to these people of a lolcow is that he, for example, is able to restream these people and these characters and make it successful. And the channels that follow lolcows, Burnt Toast does that sometimes, well, all the time. Um, you don't have to have the actual physical people there with you. You could just restream their content, and you could tell, if you double the views that they usually get, that would be considered a lolcow in their content. I love that. I heard see fartsy, row, row, row your boat. Who else sang that while you read it? Gently down the stream. If you like this live, and then you double tap your screen. I didn't sing that right. Low cow or low cal? Uh, some write it out as LULCOW, but I think his official is LOLCOW. And I don't know why they gotta be cows, because I don't think they're big and I don't think they moo, but they're considered low cows. LOLCOW. So why was I talking about this? Oh, I hate this when this happens. Why does this always happen to me? I need like brain protein food or supplement or something, because I always feel like I get so hyped up on what I want to say, and I have like this idea. And if I don't write it down, um, Miss Christine, I actually was a reactionary channel. See, I started in 2017, 2018, and I basically got started because I was upset somebody hid me from their channel, and I felt like they were being really mean to the lady that helped them create their channel. And so I basically, my initial channel had just reactionary type stuff on it. So I would just comment on the things that they were saying. And then I moved on to like teen mom, drama, makeup, commentary. And then I would do commentary on people's videos, my favorite. But I can't do that when I'm here because I just have my cell phone, which I made Jimmy get me the best cell phone ever for Christmas. It was like a $1,400 phone. So like I have all the capabilities to stream high end to where you can see me really good, and to where I can store all of my videos and do like the editing, but I don't have the ability to show a video while I'm commenting. But this is really all I have time for right now. And the little bit of extra money is really helpful to me as a single parent. This is like basically what I use to give my kid all her money that she needs. And she needs money a lot. When they turn 13, it's like the instant freaking money faucet turns on. But otherwise, and somebody told me the other day in a comment section that I was out of breath and needed to see a doctor. I get excited when I talk and don't take a breath. So, like, because I'm talking and I take a breath, like, after I'm done with my thought, that does not mean I have breathing problems or that I need to see a doctor. Jesus Christ. If I went to see a doctor anytime that I had to take a deep breath because I talk too much, we'd have problems. I'd have a high doctor bill. But, well, let's see what you guys have been saying. I used to love doing reactionary videos, actually, now that I think about it, because it's like I always would react to something crazy and it would just be like, is this person for real? Like, what am I watching? And then, like, I was saying this morning, my face doesn't match my personality sometimes, especially when I'm at work. And if I have to do something that's like, my mind is sitting there telling me that's like icky or like that I wouldn't like or that's funny and I shouldn't laugh, I'm just like, I can't help it. My face will tell it. I think things are heating up. Protesters are inside the Trump Towers, chanting and raving, and the police are surrounding them. Just thought I'd tell you. Oh, wow. Okay. A bunch of political stuff going on for sure, all day, every day. And, but yeah, so back to the ghost hunter story. I don't even know where I was going with that, but all the way to the right. And so hey, Alabama mom, really wanted to go to Vegas. I really want to go see Zach Bagans Museum. I want to see the haunted things, but I know it's kind of fake, and I know they amp things up to make you more reactionary. Which I'm like, I don't know if I like that. Like, if I'm in a setting where they're purposely messing with the EMF readers or the EMF frequency, um, it doesn't feel good. I always get to feel in a certain way. Like, I always feel things extra. So, like, if I have a headache and you have a headache, my headache is like a 7, yours is probably like a 3. And that's with everything. Like, if I'm in a room with like 10 people and let's say one person just had a death in the family, I will feel like this heaviness when I'm close to the one person. It's just weird as shit. It's weird. And I can't even explain it without sounding like a kook. But, so I always wanted to go see this Zach Bagans and whatever. And so when I saw the headlines of Aaron Goodwin and him being in the headlines lately, I was just like, wow, we're gonna have to cover this on the channel for television. And it turns out he had no idea. And I mean, how is that even possible? So, like, you're dating somebody and then you get married and then you guys live together and then yeah, he's got to go out of town for his ghost adventure show, and she's just like at home just chatting it up with random inmates. um yeah, that's not weird at all. Where did she find this inmate? When I was trying to catch up on the story right before I got here and I accidentally hit go live instead of waiting, I wanted to see who it was that she was chatting with. They said that it was an infamous. Thank you so much, Miss Christine. Welcome. They said it was an infamous prisoner. So, does anybody else know? Does anybody else know who the prisoner was that she was speaking with? Because supposedly it's a known person. And if it's like Wade Wilson or like who is in Florida that would be a known person or prisoner that hmm. Let me see. Did I get my actual settings correct here? Sorry, guys. Give me a second. There you go. I think that might fix things a little bit. Whew. Anyways, well, Zach's wife tried to unalive him. Sorry, late. No, 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 not Zach. Aaron Goodwin. It's his co-host, the one that What about Stephen Stearns? Oh, he's in Florida. You're right. Ooh, I don't think so. I don't think it's him though. Um, Basically, what happened is that she was talking to somebody in the jail and she was giving them all of the schedules of where Aaron was going to be and when he was going to be um, filming with Ghost Adventures. And so she was communicating with this prisoner and basically saying she didn't want a divorce, she just wanted him off the earth. She gave him, a down payment of some sort, and she basically was communicating with this prisoner on like a phone that got confiscated. So what happened is that they did like a strip search, and sometimes every now and then when you're locked up, they do a check to make sure that you haven't snuck any contraband into the facility, and you don't know it's coming, you don't know it's happening, and basically it just happens. And this man just so happened to have a cell phone in his possession that was not supposed to be there. So they check, they find that, and then they're, looking through the phone, blah blah blah, and they find these communications. Patricia says the inmate is Grant Amato. Huh. Is that a famous person that we should know? Because I swear the article said that it was an infamous prisoner. Ryan Routh is in Florida, the guy that tries to unalive Trump in the golf course. Yes. Huh. Okay. Well, I don't know who that is, but maybe I'll look him up when I'm done. Um, Never heard of that guy. No, me neither. So they go through this phone, they find out there's bad messages in there, and that there's been a transaction that's occurred between the man and the woman. And so they find the woman, and they find out that the woman is Aaron's wife. Now, he is, oh, a previous killer. Okay. Well, he is out of town. I think they said in California, shooting his episode for Ghost Adventures. And he's got no care in the world. Like, he's got no idea they have a problem. He thinks like, and that's how you know the difference between men and women. I mean, I believe it, because men and women are so different in the way they think and they do things, and they, you know what I mean. I know you ladies know what I mean. But basically, he thought life was all gravy and things are amazing. And I just got this new wife. I think they were married for like a year or two. So, I mean, they're not like, they should still be technically newlyweds. So, like, he's sitting there thinking that everything's all fine. And she's literally plotting to take him off this planet. And then, so when she got confronted and she got questioned, she said she was just fantasizing about doing it, that she wasn't really going to do it. Who fantasizes about that and why? And what the hell, girl? Like, you could have just gotten a divorce? It's blah. But I thought my husband was happy, and then randomly he wanted to leave. I'm glad he didn't try to murder me. You know what? Now that I say that, I got married after 3 months of dating the guy. Not necessarily the worst decision of my life or something that I regret, but basically, and I haven't told this story, I don't think, but basically, he didn't really like working, but he was working here, and his parents were from, actually, they were from Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. And those of you guys that think that sounds familiar, it is familiar. It's where Brian Koberger is from, like literally 2 blocks over from where the man lived. So he's here working with me, whatever. I'm getting married. I'm like, I've never been married, and maybe, this is the right one. And I don't even know what I was thinking. I must have been high. I don't know. And I didn't smoke at the time, so I don't know. But we get through, the first year, and the big vid comes. So everybody's all sickly. His work gets to be like at home, and they're getting paid. So he's just sitting his fat ass at home playing video games. I still went through, like, the entire time that we had the vid, I was at work. I still went to work, and he sat his ass at home. Well, a year afterwards, like, our apartment, that's not happening with just one salary. Like, I just, so my parents are like, well, you guys can come here until you can get it together, and everything will be fine. So we moved back with my parents, and the whole time, which I didn't even know, but the whole time his parents are like begging him to move back to PA. And basically, I just saw my AirPods dying. Hold on. Oh my God. Let me know if you can still hear me. Can you guys still hear me okay? Push a one in the chat for me so I don't keep talking and then you guys don't hear me. 'Cause that sucks. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So, we moved to my parents and we are just living life. I'm going to work every day. He's basically sitting up at the house on my dad's computer, just living his best life playing video games. And I'm like, okay, this will work for now, I guess, whatever. I don't, I didn't really have anything outstanding or anything crazy that was, making me question things or not want things to be a set way. But 2.5 years, just about 2.5 years. And I come from work one day and he's got everything packed up. Like there's a U-Haul in front of the house. No fight, no freaking like we'd had no discussion whatsoever. We probably had like 4 fights the entire 3 years. And no discussion whatsoever. This man's done packed up and he's fucking okay, bye, I'm leaving. Mm, okay, well, see you later. So yeah, I totally get that. How like sometimes you think things are one way and sometimes you think things are a different way, and I think that's just the way that communication happens between females and males, and it just sometimes doesn't mesh. But you're way much of a go-getter to be with someone. I agree. It hurt for a minute, but everything's everything's perfect and everything's done for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And I definitely have a mission, a journey, way better freaking life planned. It's just, it was very hard. It was a lot harder for my daughter, which is why uh, it's like I've kind of kept her separate from the relationship I have, even though we're all together now. But I've tried to shield it as long as possible because I worry for that. Worried for like what if it doesn't work and then she's separated, she would have a really hard time. So like I'm really lucky. I have parents that today's their 43rd wedding anniversary. Happy wedding anniversary. They don't watch me, thank God. But they help a lot with my daughter, and she's 13, so she's at an age where she's like, I don't really want to go do stuff with you no more. I have friends, and so a lot of times she's with her friends. um, but recently, I know I've told you guys, Jimmy has made her complete perfection. I mean, her room in the house is like not even in the same house. I mean, she's got everything she could ever want in there. And then now we have like the ultimate perfect bathroom. She complains. She didn't like the fact that the toilet handle was broken or something. And so he like literally went out of his way and just completely designed a whole ass bathroom for this child. But one step at a time. And so yeah, I said, I didn't understand how people could be that far apart as far as marriage, and he had no clue. And then I remembered like, hey, that kind of happened to me, so maybe I guess, maybe I you know whatever. It's definitely for the best though. My ex didn't want anything to do with the kids. If he can't have me or nothing. Fucking weird. 17 years of abuse. That couldn't. Yeah, you know what? That's kind of like that's an abuser thing. It's a control thing. So I mean, me too, Kiki. I agree. I did hit the jackpot. And I know I told this story a billion times too. It's so funny because when I met him the first time, he invited me to his house, and I'm like, this might not be safe. But then I was like, whatever. I sent like my location to one of my best friends, and then I just like whatever. We'll just talk about the show, and I was gonna go and see what it was about because I was thinking about getting my own studio at that point in time, but it literally was just easy conversation. He's very easy to talk to. I know you guys all know that because I'm sure some of you guys call in, some of you guys are able to talk to him on the phone, and he's just really easy to talk to. And I left there and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm glad I got to meet him or whatever. And then I was driving home and he texted me and it was like, damn, you're a cutie or something like that. I'm like, oh my God. But it was so cute. That hook, line, sinkered me right there. Uh, he he has changed so much since you came into his life. I hope for the better. Because a lot of people think I control stuff or control his channel or him or those people don't know him. He's very headstrong. He's very independent, very confident, and very much into like, and he's old enough to know what he wants or how he wants it. And so saying you don't teach a new dog or an old dog new tricks. It's like He's not old and he's not a dog, but a lot of stuff he's set in his ways on. But there's stuff that he really, really tries and he really works at getting to do better. Like, I mean, I'm anytime that I like find myself complaining about something, I'm like, but wait, he did this and that, and like he used to never do that, and I asked him to please do it, and he's been doing it. So it's like as long as I see like a consistent every day, it's amazing. And I mean, we had the best time, and it's like we've been kind of like inseparable since his heart attack, like on a daily, and it's just like not, we don't argue, we don't have like, it's weird. I almost like expect an argument every now and then, which we've had them, so it's not like we don't argue, but it's just like, ugh, I don't know. He seems to want to make you happy. Yeah, he does. He makes me happy. I don't think you can tell me to work as a team. That's not. We work as a team sometimes. I feel like we don't sometimes though, because he'll come on and he'll do a live, and then he'll say like all the bunch of stuff that he says, and I'm like, you didn't even include me in your plan or talk to me about it or anything. But when I talk about that or say that, he tries really hard to include me following or in the. So it's just like it's a work in progress, which every day for me, and I've said this a lot lately too, every day for me, like a goal in life is to be better today than I was yesterday. And so it fits. It fits in my goal in life and my motto. And, you know, do you want more children? I can't really have any more children, I don't believe. I had um a lot of miscarriages, which I didn't really even plan it. I don't know how it happened. It just happened, but I had a bunch of them. And they did a checkup finally after like years of just suffering through it. And they said that I um chromosomal uh God, I can't remember what it's called, but it's where two chromosomes are flipped and not evenly distributed. So like chromosome 8 and chromosome 12. 8 and 12 should be split in half evenly, but they're like split three quarters, and they both have like I have all the chromosomes and all the pieces. So I'm not like slow, but when you do reproduction, it doesn't split in half because it's not evenly split. And so when I had my daughter, they actually told me I had like a 17% chance of having a normal child that didn't have the same, it's called translocation, chromosomal translocation. And it doesn't have it. So thank God I made it out. Do you have Rh negative blood? I don't think so. I think I'm B positive. He says he loves you and y'all are a family. I think that's so sweet. Oh, when did he say that? That's cute. He said we were a family. I love that. Yeah. There's sometimes where he says something so cute, I have to clip it. I have all these videos on my phone. I have record of everything. It's like I never look at it again, but I take screenshots of everything and I record everything. But there's been a couple times where he said stuff and I'm just like I literally melted into a puddle. I'm pretty sure he got everything he ever wanted that day, like the couple times that it's happened. But he's sweet. I love him. It would be awesome for a little Dolly and PJ. Yeah, he's too old. He would have a nervous breakdown. He worries a lot more than I do. Like we leave the house and he'll be like, turn off the heater. So I'll turn off the heater. We'll leave, and then he'll be like, did you turn off the heater? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I have to go back and check. Okay. Um, so he worries a lot when it comes to just stuff like, family related or how, the bills will get paid, which now he's not so worried, but before he really would. So he would love the toys. You're right. I know. He's funny at night when you sleep and he thinks he's woken you up. He loves you. I know. I love him. Um, he doesn't mean to, and he's just like trying to do his job because that's what he does for work. He's on YouTube, and so he's like gone to whispering at some point. It's just so cute, but I can't. I tried, and see, my AirPods have that noise cancellation, and I tried, and I fell asleep with those a couple of times to kind of because he was live when I went to sleep, and then it would either fall out or I would just wake up anyways. The weirdest thing. But last night, like I probably slept for like 4 hours last night because we were working on the bathroom and then he messed up the door. So we had to go get a different door because he got the wrong size. And so we ran to Home Depot, came back, and then I had to take a shower and he was still working on the bathroom. And then I finally lay down and he goes live, and for whatever reason, I don't know if it was the dog that started barking or the dog started moving, and so I started yelling at the dog, and um I think it was Dumpling. Dumpling messaged me and was like, "Am I losing it, or are you? Do I hear you screaming in the background?" And I was like, "No, I'm probably yelling at the dog." And then I had to pee, so he probably thought that that he had woken me up, but I don't think it was him that woke me up. He has his daughter, and you have yours. God bless you with your children. And thank you. Yeah, and Tiffany's amazing too. I mean, she's such a good kid, and she just it's great. I love us and our family. It's just the perfect little mesh of people, and I couldn't have asked for any better. We just have just I just love it. Everything is just amazing. Can't believe it's already Thursday. Yeah, don't remind me. Turtle Island tonight. You guys don't forget. I'm trying to come up with new cards, but it's really hard because you have to have the person participating in chat while it's happening. And I wanted to do cards that were like for each of the players. Like, let's say Dumpling. I already said Dumpling. We're gonna call out Dumpling all the time, whatever. Because she wants to be called a different thing, and I'm just gonna keep calling her Dumpling. Because I don't think you should try and change who you are or what your nickname is or whatever to suit other people. But that's neither here nor there. So the cards that you get in eggs, I was thinking about doing something like on the card, it'll say Dumpling, and then it'll have the person, and I'll ask you to pick a right or left path. Because those of you guys that have followed Dolly Vision, he used to do this intro, and then he used to talk about how zigging and zagging, and if you take the wrong turn and whatever, you should have zigged when you zagged. Um, so I was gonna have like the a left or a right option, and the person that picks the egg picks left or right. Of course, you get the regular 3 points that you get the 3 votes from buying the egg, but then you would get whatever was on the left or the right choice based on what you chose. It wouldn't be anything bad, but I would put like, if you pick the right, you get 10 extra votes, or if you pick the left, you get 3 votes that you can give to someone else to kick them, or something like that. But I don't know. It's just like it's really difficult to get it all to run smoothly while the chat is going, and it's going quickly. It's going quickly every time. So we should make a drinking game. How many times does call people by the wrong name or lounge? Poor Darcy. Um, by the way, PJ, you're doing great with Eggs and Turtle Island. It is just for fun, and do not let anyone make you doubt yourself. Thank you. You're awesome, Miss Christine. Thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, it's I'm like a perfectionist that's not even remotely anywhere close to perfect. So like I overthink everything, and I overthink of like what I could do to do things better. And then like even when I do Turtle Island and I get the number that night, I always like rewatch to make sure that I recount just in case I miss something. Or I mean I'm like I don't know. And I try not to because he's always like, don't worry about it. We got what we got. It's not a big deal. And I'm just like, but it would bother me if I don't look at it again, or if I don't recheck it, or if I don't make sure. Because that's just what I do. And that's like I said, a perfectionist that can't be perfect because it's not possible. Nobody can be perfect. And it's like I know that, but I'm just like, but what if I could? I love hearing you laughing from the background, Turtle. Well, see, we've made it to where I'm actually sitting on, like, he's sitting here and I'm sitting to the left of him because when I was in the other room, it kind of sounds kind of ghetto that I like scream from across the house. Um, but I was more comfortable on the couch. But now just, I just sit in a chair. But it's helpful because I can help explain a card, or I can say something to the chat directly if I need to. And so it's been really helpful. I've been kind of just right there. I think we're going to continue that because that's been so helpful. Um, but yeah, it's been great. It's been fun. I love how we've got a lot more channels and participants, and that's what makes it fun. And so, like, sometimes the chat can get crazy. Um, like they go back and forth with each other, and everybody has an opinion, and everybody wants to say what they want to say. And so, like, a lot of times, the original turtles or the turtles that have been with us on the channel are upset, like that Bombshells comes in all the time, or Bombshells added to the island all the time. First of all, she was picked by the people to be on the island, and she's been picked a couple times for a couple different seasons, and she participates. Her channel members participate. And so it's like you're by saying negative things about her, it's like you're saying negative things about the game in general because that's how the game is made. That's how the game is supposed to be played. The purpose of it is to network out other channels. And so all of the channels that we mention every week, they get people that go open their channels and look to see what they're about based on the fact that, we're somewhat advertising them. But with Bombshell, she's just somebody that participates. And so even if, she's just there as a filler and ends up coming off the island, she's beneficial and necessary because like this season we have Elevated Truth and Cluminati. They're both competitive AF. And so when they got added and Bombshell realized that they were somewhat competitive and that they were going to be a channel to work with, she started becoming competitive with them, and it made it fun because the back and forth in the chat, and then the people that are calling, they're all calling to save them or to kick her or to save her and kick them. It's how it's supposed to run. It runs perfectly with many different creators, and I wish we could get some of the other channels or some of the other creators to send their subs over every week. It makes it better. Um, Lydia, Drama Llamas is a thought or idea in progress. Um, we had gotten, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but there's only 100 of you guys here, so it won't be a big deal. Plus, I mean, it's not a secret, but it kind of was. We had gotten Molly Golightly and Bombshell and AMZ Beloved to agree to come up on Drama Llamas, and it was just going to be an extra thing. I don't know why he thought he was going to be able to do that, considering we just have so much other shit, but that's what it was. It was just going to be like them and then added hosts or added helpers to come up to talk with them on episodes. Um, but so far it's not come through, only just because of the fact that it's just we have so much. We have stuff, it's just not possible. And I don't know how some people, I mean, I guess the people that don't have lives or families or other things they have to do every day, I guess they possibly could do channels and shows 24/7. But I like the life. I like the fact that we have a family and that we have things that we do together as a family and that we have a life outside of YouTube. And that's it makes it fun, it makes it better because it's like he really enjoys what he's doing for work, and I get to participate in his work and his daily, and then I also get to live life, go to work myself and do what I need to for me. So now that I got backed up in comments, I think there would be more people if it was a little earlier. Huh, that's a good thing to suggest because it would be helpful to me if it was a little bit earlier, honestly. I always try make something funny for the reason I'm kicking or keeping. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people come up with creative reasons, and then a lot of people are just nasty. And then I guess I hope I didn't hurt. I meant to message Turtle Gang because she's usually like the mama of the group, so she's usually like, "You guys be nice, or I'm not gonna count your vote." Well, she's my secondary vote counter, so I really depend on her for counting the votes behind me. And but I always count everything because you're never gonna be able to um control what people say. So if somebody calls and they're extra nasty, like the one person one time called someone a cunt, I didn't count that one. But for the most part, the people that are ugly and nasty, and I mean, I think that makes them look worse than it would if we were like, oh my God, you can't say that, or I'm not counting your vote. It draws more attention to the comment and to the person, but I think that when they call and they're that ugly, it speaks for itself. Even if I count it or I don't count it as a vote, everything usually works like it's supposed to. And it's crazy how the cards come out at the exact time. Like last week or on last episode, Bombshell just suddenly got the freaking safety card out of nowhere. And I mean, she was going home, close to it. Um, Now that I think about it, no, she wasn't. Because what happens, and this is why it's so important to pay attention and to really play strategy when you're getting eggs and when you're playing. Because what happened was, um, she had calls to Saber, like two. And then Mob Crew had like 4 or 5 votes to kick them. And then I think it was Juicer. Juicer, are you in here? I'm teaching you guys some tricks, so don't tell anybody I told you. I'm not supposed to be telling you all these secrets. But Juicer got the curse card. So she put Mob Crew and Bombshell together and they're cursed. And what that means is that only the kicks. So whenever Mob Crew gets a kick vote or whenever Bombshell gets a kick vote, it's for both of them. So if Bombshell gets a kick, Mob Crew and Bombshell get a kick. If Bombshell gets a kick, vice versa. I think I said it. I said it. Bombshell and then I said Bombshell again. You guys get it. But the thought and the process of it is what I was trying to point out is that Mob Crew already had 5 votes to kick. So at that point on, when they're cursed, they're always going to be ahead by 5 in the kicks because of the previous before the curse card. Do you see what I'm saying? Same as the Guardian card. And the Guardian card only connects the save votes. So if Bombshell and Dumpling were connected, which they were, to the Guardian card as saves, anytime that Dumpling gets a save or anytime that Bombshell gets a save, is counted for both of them at that point of when the card was played. And that's another thing. That's why it's really, really important that if you're buying eggs, pay attention because you have got to respond when I need you to, or else like 10 minutes later, if you choose to put a Guardian card or a curse card on 2 players, it'll be 10 minutes later and all this stuff in between that time could have happened and you're missing out. You know what I mean? Lord have mercy, I'm lost. Yeah, it's a lot, but I know I thrive in chaos. It's like I do my best work ever when things are chaotic AF. So I like it that way. I should probably get me something to eat. Damn, I completely forgot. And now I've got like 20 minutes. I've been on here 41 minutes. It was right about the time I came out. Huh. What should I do, guys? This lady never ended up going through with it, right? No, she got caught. She got caught and then she got a charge. And so now it's basically just she's charged with M for hire and making a plot for M for hire. And now they just have to get a divorce, I would think. I hope. I mean, oh God, I can't imagine though. It's like I thought having a husband just pick up and leave one day was bad, but hell, if I had a spouse that was planning to take me out off the planet, that would be way worse, right? Ugh. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's hard not to look at myself in the reflection on the screen and not want to like fix something while we're chatting. Like, okay, much better. And I meant to bring my makeup bag out here and I completely forgot it. I don't even know how. I guess I'm gonna have to DoorDash because I wasn't gonna do that again. But you should grab something to eat, PJ. Yeah, I'll eat. I always eat. I don't skip a meal if you haven't noticed. I ordered me one of those brushes. It's amazing. I had no clue. And the only reason I ended up getting it is because I had my coupon from Ulta. But I gave the small one to my daughter and then went and got this big one. And now I have this giant size brushy. Hey Victoria, good to see you. Um and I just love it. It's just it feels like it's massaging my scalp. Honestly, I love it. But it does do static a little bit. Um but your hair is extremely shiny afterwards. I mean, it's just like oof, night and day. Hope it makes mine shine like it will, I'm telling you. And Cluminati was talking about one of these and she's the one that mentioned it, but I didn't that wasn't really why I bought it because I mean, I guess it kind of was because when I saw it when I walked by that aisle in Ulta, I basically saw like the see the extra bristles, these. I was like, I wonder if that's what she was talking about. So I guess I did buy it because of her. Um, but this is by Olivia Garden. And this is the Smooth and Shine OGD EC3. That sounds so fancy. See, it says it's probably mirrored, so you can't. Ulta has it, yes. That's where I got it, at Ulta. How did she I don't know. I was really trying to catch up on the case and look at all the fine details, and I accidentally hit go live, so I didn't get to that part yet. I just saw the main details before that part of who the I didn't even know who the inmate was, but I guess it's some, like, infamous inmate that, yeah, your hair really looks nice and silky. Thank you. I have one that is a murderer. Okay. Hmm. My granddaughter has thick hair. She would love that brush. My hair is super thick. I mean, and I thought that it was going to make it more staticky just because my hair is so thick, but it doesn't. And my other brush is Olivia Garden, so I just happen to be walking by the section of the brushes, but I love this brush. I mean, I could just sit here brush my hair for hours. It just feels amazing. And yeah. So there's that. Maybe I should just run to I don't have to hang up, I guess. I could still keep talking to y'all and go to Chick-fil-A maybe. Eh, I don't think I want Chick-fil-A though. Dagnabbit. They make different ones for different hair types with the boar's hair. Yeah, they had several different types and they have different brushes in that brand. So yeah, they do have different ones. Did you hear about the guy that set the house on fire to escape his stepmom allegedly? I was reading about that last night. No. What? Man, I really don't think that's how you would it's been making my stomach upset too. That's kind of why I don't want to go there. Um, I didn't hear about that. That's not how you would escape, I would think. Seems like you're not doing that correctly. So, let me see what else you guys are saying, and then I'll just get out of here. I guess I'll have to order DoorDash. Ugh. Oh, let's see. It's pretty outside today. Here, it's kind of looking like it's gonna rain. Mhm. Like, seriously, it's gonna rain. It's a work week for most people. Yeah. I'm on YouTube early morning and evening after dinner, single mom with no damn life. Yeah, me too. Um, and there's 92 likes and 99 people in here. You guys are amazing. I bagged my lunch. I brown bagged my lunch for years. I used to also. It's just, and I should again because it's a lot more healthier and probably a lot more cheaper. Tornado. California had a tornado. Is that normal? Dang. Can you post the brush? I miss the brand and the name. My daughter gets the worst rats. It is Olivia. I mean, this is not me posting the brush, but I could probably put a link up in my community tab. Olivia Garden, and it is shine and smooth and shine. This is in the sky you seen yesterday means the next day, rain the next day. Yeah, I know. Oh my God, I had a video that I took in front of the post office on the day before it started snowing here. And it was like there was just X, 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 like the entire sky had all of the X's. And I was like, that's weird. I even did a little video and I was like thinking about posting that on my little shorts, but then I was like, nobody's gonna want to see that. People think you're crazy when you think there's some weather manipulation going on. But yeah. I love your hair when you got the bangs. What happened to them? You're beautiful no matter what. I still have the bangs. I just I take a shower and I go to sleep, and then I don't do much for. How do you even wear bangs when they're like that? I don't even know. I didn't know that about the X's in the sky. Jamie, where have you been? It's actually called geoengineering. Like they've actually admitted to doing weather modification. They'll still say they're not doing it though. So it's like weird. You got to look it up on a certain website. Um, you've been under a rock? What are you, Patrick? Which reminds me, I actually got a call from a man named Patrick this morning. It really set me off. I'm gonna tell you guys this story, and then I got to get out of here because I got to find something to eat. But this man named Patrick calls, and he's calling from a company that was hired by corporate to come fix their doors. And he's like, I need to talk to the manager. So I'm like, okay, well, he's in a meeting. He might be about 3 minutes, or he could be up to 15, but I will definitely give him a message. And he's like, well, no, I need to speak to him now. Can't you go give him the message? And I'm like, well, I would prefer not to interrupt him, but if it's absolutely desperate, I could talk about it and figure it out and maybe decide to go tell him. But, usually I don't like to interrupt. It's just a quick morning meeting. And he's like, well, I would hate to have to tell your corporate office that what was your name? And I'm like, Ivana. Write it correctly. So yeah. And he's like, I would hate to tell corporate that you're having us sit here waiting, and that's a waste of our money. So we could just come back tomorrow and just let them know that you should be charged extra. And I'm like, sir, it's 7:45 in the morning and you're this cranky. Why? But no, so I'm like, well, I can go get him if it's absolutely an emergency. You don't have to be rude. And he's like, and then he hung up. So I'm like, let me go interrupt him, which I did. And then he's like, well, they already know most of what they need to do. There's just like, they're missing one door. They're supposed to fix four doors and they only know the three. So I'm thinking, like, the guy can fix the two. And by the time the meeting's over, he can get the third and the fourth. Now, this man chooses to call again and rant and rave about how terrible and how he's going to contact our corporate office, and they're the ones that hired him, and they would just be so upset if I was not willing to go interrupt the meeting for him. And I'm like, sir, I'm sorry that you are entitled, and that's not how that works here. Goodbye. So I sent him over to Daisy, the other girl that I work with, and she hung up on him. She really did. But he talked to the manager eventually after he came out the meeting and was nice. He was a peach. He was the perfect gentleman. Like, we were looking like we were crazy because we are sitting there telling him this man called twice. He's not nice. He's mean as shit. And he's threatening to call corporate. And so when he gets on the phone with the manager, hey, Elevated Truth, the manager's like, yeah, no, he was perfect. There's nothing wrong. He's not mad. Oh, we figured out what doors he's got to clean up. So you're good. I'm like, really, sir? Did I lose sound? Did I lose sound, really? I'm getting ready to go anyway. Some men are rude to women. Oh, okay, good. You guys can hear me. Anyways, I'm getting ready to go. Hey, Mono Mom. I have to find something to eat and I have to go back to work. Thank you. Look at that. You've been here for 17 months. And that's awesome. Thank you, Mono Mom. Moto Mom, Mono Mom. Um, I know I got that incorrect, I'm sure. But yeah, I gotta run. Guess I'm going to find something on DoorDash. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Make sure you're nice to someone today, and I'll catch you guys later. Flip side tonight, Turtle Island, be there or be square. I used to be able to do it. Square. Now it's gonna bother me. I can't make a square with my hand. I'm fixing a dash. Oh, Mono Mom, I cannot wait. You don't even know. I have like a blanket obsession. It's not normal. I cannot wait. I might have to bring the blanket to work. It's that serious. So, anyways, all right, guys, have a good rest of your day. Bicycle.